From now on, kneeling against that flag should be illegal, in my opinion. Um, I mean, maybe it shouldn't. It like as long as we see that people are doing some crazy shit like that, lets us know how people feel about our country. I get that this is not a good place to be, but I mean, listen up. The whole fucking world sucks. The whole world is evil. Every country has a problem, a major problem that affects all of its people. And since when did you not realize there was a shitload of crime in this country? But people then kneel for blacks, and of course it doesn't make sense. The whole Black Lives Matter groups and all that other stuff, all that stuff can kiss my ass. It can kiss a white man's ass. I don't care about that shit because it's all just racism on whites. That's all it is. Due to the fact that there are many blacks that do crime themselves. Not just on themselves, but on white people, and it is frequent. It's not like it's just only a little bit but it exists. No, it is frequent. It is at a high rate that everybody does crime here. We've all seen it. Asians, Hispanics, we all do crime here. There is no real one race that you can say, oh, they do way too much crime at a high rate. I'm scared when I'm around them. Fuck no. Bitch, you're scared to be around anybody who lives in this country. This is a country where everybody is bad. All of you are corrupt. All man, all woman. But when I say man, I mean human. Like, you guys are corrupt. All of you. So, what's the point in fighting for just one race? That's bullshit. How can you do that? That's cruel. That's more cruel due to the fact that you exclude every other race that lives in this country that goes through some shit. It ain't just blacks that go through shit. Everybody is a victim of crime, for sure. Everyone, man. And everybody's a criminal. Every race here is a criminal. Blacks, dude, I'd shoot my fucking head off if blacks were angels. There's no way that anybody can be an angel here. There's some people who are better than others. But if you want to talk about who's worse, blacks are among that. They're among that argument. It's fucking hell to sit here and defend them. Of all fucking people, especially. Defend blacks of against crime? That's bullshit. I don't care how many fucking cases the lying ass devil media gives you of white male cops killing black thugs. It wouldn't matter. Looking at statistics and looking at all these crimes everywhere, when you search just crimes in general, you see them on the internet, you see them on TV, you will see anybody do a crime. Any female, any male, any homosexual, any straight, any religious person. Religious people do crime. Atheists, it doesn't matter. Everybody does crime. And there is no race that does it at like a higher rate than the other. It's like you will see numbers. You will always see that someone does the most here and the most there. We all racially and uniquely do more crime in different areas. But at the end of the day, we all do the same amount of crime on a basic level. Due to that, we're all corrupt. We're all bad people. Nobody's good here. There is no good person. So there can't ever be a reason to fight for any race. It's impossible. You're all fucking guilty. You can't fight for any race. That's so stupid. There's no way. There's no obvious unfairness among any race here. So you just can't do it. That being said, when people kneel against that flag, that's what I'm thinking about when they kneel against that flag. Is that they're a bunch of selfish ass bitches that only care about blacks. Those who want to kiss black ass, or those who are black and want their ass kissed. Those are the people who kneel against that flag, or who appreciate the idea of kneeling against the flag. Because when you serve a race like that, first of all, you have a demon in you. And so it's like when you realize this country is filled with less of that race that you appreciate, but more of any other race, you could care less about this country. You don't give a shit about it. You just care about that one race. You will sacrifice these people's lives just for that one race that you care for. When they kneel against that flag, that's why it's a terrorist thing to do. They're like terrorists to me. That's just how I see them. They don't give a fuck about the people who actually care about this country. I'm not one of those who just get up and make up one excuse and say the flag represents the soldiers who died. That that is a big deal. But there's more to it than that. This flag represents everybody, man. It represents all of us, all of our lives, and the culture, what's supposed to be a good culture of America. But it is a corrupt country. But it's not something that you go against. It's something that you fix. Especially if you're not going to go to a new house, a new home. If you're going to be here, you have to fix what's here. You can't be lazy, sit on your fucking ass and do nothing. You have to make an attempt. Kneeling against it, when you have not made an attempt, but you kneel against it, you're a fucking terrorist. At least say something. At least tell us what's wrong. Make your humanity known. What pisses me off is that the people who kneel against the flag, being athletes, shitty racist athletes that hate white people, they kneel against this flag, but yet they're the biggest role models that America has to offer. And they don't want to be good role models and lead these kids to the right direction, lead them in the right path of being good humans so that they can play a good cause, a good part in having better humans in America. Because you can be mad at these white cops all you want, but they are your fucking kids. They're a part of your family, of America. All of us, we give birth to good and bad humans in this country because we're all role models. We all have control here to a certain extent. When you're a football player and you're an athlete, you have your own control over people who look up to you. It's up to you to make sure they come out as good humans. Not just saying simple speeches at high schools and whatnot, but even how you display yourself on TV. When they see you through the media on TV, but you know what we do see? We see a lot of drama in the media, a lot of celebrities doing crime in the media. It doesn't matter who they are, football players, whites, blacks, everybody's up to some bad demonic shit in the media. That's the role model you are. That's the kind of human we gave birth to. And you're giving birth to more people just like that. That kind of that's the kind of attitude and the kind of personality in which these role models are giving birth to as well. Our kids, everybody's a teacher. Everybody's a teacher to your kids. It doesn't matter. You're not the only parent. What your kids and your teenagers and even the young adults, everybody's being influenced, obviously. Everybody's being influenced. What they see on TV is teaching them. It's raising them to be what they are. What they are, what you are today. The thing that you guys fucking hate. That American flag, which represents all of us, obviously. When you kneel against it, that really explains everything. And that being said, you know, the white cops are not the only people you can blame for the crime that happens in this country. There's a lot more bad shit going on. A lot of kids getting killed and abused in the ghetto. A lot of gang members being shot to death in the ghetto. There's a lot of bad shit going on. It's not just these white male cops. It's just so weird, you know? White male cops. Like, they're not protesting or kneeling against the flag for any other kind of white person, for any other kind of racist white person. The only thing they can come up with is these white male cops on these niggas. I just don't understand that. These thugs that these cops are getting. That's all they can come up with. That's the best they can fucking think of. They can't think of a white teacher who was racist. They can't think of the racial injustice within any other field but a fucking officer. And I guess I understand because they feel as though that's where a white man has more power over a black person. But again, it's like that shit doesn't make sense. If they really do have more power as a white person, being a cop wouldn't be the only position in which they can actually have that power of. It's like you could have kneeled against that flag over anything, everything bad that we have going on in this country. Things that are worse than the idea of a cop messing up at his job and going overboard with a human being, a civilian. We have worse things. It doesn't matter what's worse. You can stand up for anything at all. But they then decide to make a statement when it dealt with a black person. So, nonetheless, everybody does a crime. You all fuck up. All of you are corrupt. You guys aren't angels. So, that being said, you're all wrong. No matter what you fight for, the little singlets, the single things that you fight for. You don't fight for the many. You just fight for the single things. Fuck you all. You will all face hell too, just as well as anybody, just as well as the people you hate. And it really doesn't matter. You're all gonna go down, every last one of you. So um, there's just no sense in being that kind of evil human. It's best to be neutral and care about all people, all things, fight for all things, because all things are under attack, and all things are the attackers. So it's there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it than just that. There's a lot more to life. A lot more wrong with us than just that simple field that you see within the media. Um, and you people should stop fighting for things that you see in the media. Why don't you go look for some shit in the media? Why don't you do some research? Stop sitting on your ass on TV and just watching what is brought to you. Why don't you bring yourself to these things? Bring yourself. If especially if you wouldn't trust humanity and trust the white man in the first place, a big part of the media is the white man. Stop trusting what's being brought to you so much. If they wanted to show you a bunch of fake shit, you guys would all believe it. That's how dumb you humans are. You should do research. Research your fucking crap. Research all this shit. Research crimes and everything that goes on. Be on the internet. There's multiple sources in which you can find more bad things that go on in many different ways. You'd be surprised.